You think your password is really, really strong, right? Trust me, you need to think again, because one way or the other, a hacker is somewhere right now running a program that can crack your password in split seconds. And when I mean split seconds, that it's super fast. And the worst part is that you might not even know it's happening right now until it's too late. So in this video, I'll be explaining how hackers hack your password and how to stop them. But before we go into the video, once again, welcome to Cyber Productive, a channel where we help you stay secured and supercharge your productivity to the next level in this digital world that does not sleep. So if you're tired of feeling vulnerable online and you're ready to take control, do well to hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and hit the follow button as well. And hit the notification bell icon so you don't miss out important videos just like this one. So while you do that, let's go into the video. So first, let's start with how hackers actually crack your password. Now let's start with the truth. Hackers don't just sit down and guess your password by clicking random words or typing random words on their laptop or whatever gadget they're using to crack your password. Just like in the movies. No, that's not how it happens. Actually, they run a sophisticated tool and brutal techniques that can predict your password in split seconds. They are super fast tools. So now let's go into it. We'll be talking about 4 different ways in which hackers can crack your password. So the very first one is the brute force attack. Now let me use this analogy. Let's say you have a door and you have a bunch of keys that will need to open that door. But out of those bunch of keys, you don't know the actual key that will open that door. So what you do basically is that you try literally every key in that bunch to know the one that will exactly open that door. That's exactly what happens here. In this case, in the brute force attack, hackers use those powerful tools to run or test like thousands, if not millions of passwords to know the one that will actually crack your own password. That's exactly what happens. And all this happens in split seconds. Remember, they don't have that luxury of time to just sit down and start typing random words or write random alphabets pointlessly or aimlessly. So that's why they use such powerful tools that runs these programs in seconds. The second way a hacker can crack your password is by using what is called a dictionary attack. Now, this is even more sneakier than the previous one we talked about. So in this case, what hackers do is that they use normal English words, normal dictionary words, or even information that they harvested or gathered from your social media handles, or maybe from your social media video or from your social media information. So they use it to crack your password because they know you might one way or the other use some of this information as your password. So that is why it's very important, because most times I even tell people, don't use your pet name as a password. Don't use your personal name or anybody's name at all as a password, or let's say your sibling's name or whatsoever. Don't use name generally as a password. And also don't use simple phrases as a password. Let's say, for example, going to the mall, or my best friend, or my pet is. Stop using such information as a password. It's not proper and it's not secured. Then the next way hackers can crack your password is through what is called credential stuffing. So credential stuffing is when hackers use password combos from previous data breaches and try them on your other accounts. So basically, let's start this way. After a data breach, all your information lands on the dark web, and the dark web is where hackers play. It's more like a hackers playground. So they will definitely get your information once your information has been involved in a data breach before. So what happens is, if you are the kind of person that uses the same username or the same password on your other accounts, on multiple accounts, once your information has been involved in data breach and a hacker had access to your information, they will use that information and try them on your other accounts, because they know most likely you must have used the same password or the same username for your other accounts. And that's how they easily crack in and break into your account. So if you're this kind of person that uses the same login information for multiple accounts online, then you need to stop it today. I mean, you need to stop it right now. It's very, very dangerous. Why this is very important and why I'm talking about it seriously is because currently, as we speak, over 24 billion usernames and passwords are currently circulating in the dark web. That's to tell you how huge the tons of information hackers have right in their fingertips to crack or hack anybody that is a victim or that has probably been a victim of a data breach before. So now you know why it's very serious. And the next way hackers crack your password is by what is called a phishing attack. And generally, there are different types of phishing though. And phishing is one of the easiest way, if not the easiest way, in which hackers use in stealing people's information. And that's how they crack your password. And this is a very easy trick, like I said, because all you need to do is just ask for it, that is, ask for the information. So what really happens in a phishing attack is that you get an email telling you to provide your login information to a particular service provider, although they will impersonate that service provider, so you think they are the real service provider. So they will tell you to provide your personal information, that is your login credentials. Let's say they will impersonate Netflix, Google, or even HP, whichever service provider that is applicable to you. So that's what they will do. So the moment you provide those personal information or those login information, your information has been compromised, then they will have your password. So having talked about how your password can be cracked, or different ways your password can be cracked on the internet, now let's talk about how you can protect these passwords. Now the very first thing you need to do is to use a password manager. And a password manager, I've talked about it countless times on this channel. So if you've not seen some of my videos on how to generate this very strong and reliable password using a password manager, do well to check them out. But basically, a password manager helps you generate very complex password that nobody can crack, that is literally uncrackable. And the best part is that you don't even have to memorize this password. All you need to do is to only know the master password to this password manager. Then the password manager itself does the rest job for you. What the password manager will do is to generate, even if it's 100 accounts you need and you need password for each of these accounts, a password manager will generate seamless passwords for each of these accounts and store them safely and securely. So anytime you want to log into this account, just click on the password manager. The password manager will automatically help you autofill these passwords for each of these accounts, and you can log in easily and seamlessly, safely and securely. Then the second thing you need to do is to create strong phrases. So if peradventure you don't want to use a password manager, which I don't really advise though, I prefer you use a password manager. But if one way or the other you don't want to use a password manager, you want to use just a normal password, like you want to manually type the password in by yourself or create the password in by yourself, make sure to use phrases, not just words, not just short words. So use like 4 or more random words, but make sure they are very strong words that you can remember, easily remember, just you. So instead of using just short phrases like that, is very important. And it's most advisable to use about 14 plus or more characters when creating this password, which will include mixture of like words, symbols, alphabet, numbers, and just combination of stuff like that, just to create a very strong and reliable password. The next thing you want to do is to use 2FA, that is two-factor authentication. So two-factor authentication basically add an extra wall of security between you and the hacker. So if peradventure one way or the other, maybe through a data breach or through any other means, the hacker gets your password, the hacker will not be able to get the second layer of authentication, which is your device. And your device can only be available to the hacker physically. Like a hacker can't be remote and have access to your device. So that is the extra layer of security, that is the second authentication, which is your device. So it's very important to have this in mind so as to create a very strong security. The next approach into securing your password is to stop using the same password across multiple accounts. That is, stop reusing the same password for other accounts. Because in the case of a data breach, once an account has been hacked, that information harvested from that breach will be used to hack all your other accounts, because you use the same information across all these accounts. That's why it's very important to never reuse the same password for 2 accounts, let alone using the same password for multiple accounts. Because this is basically like using one key to unlock your car, that same key is easy to unlock your door to your house, and that same key is easy to unlock your office door, or that same key is easy to unlock your vault, your personal vault that has your personal or highly classified credentials. What will happen is that if that key gets missing or that key gets into the wrong hand, that person can actually use this key to access all these things, which wouldn't be a good thing, right? And the fifth thing you need to do is to check for breaches regularly. And how do you do this? It's quite simple. All you need to do is just go to this website, haveibeenpwned.com. So when you get to that website, you'll be given the privilege to provide your email. So the system will scan your email and tell you if that email has been involved in the data breach before. So if the result comes out as that email has been involved in the data breach, then you need to change your password immediately. Trust me, you don't want to stay the next minute without changing that password. Actually, now on the internet, this is a very common way of knowing if your information has ever been in the data breach before. So you need to familiarize yourself with this approach. So make sure to always utilize that website to check if your information has ever been in the data breach, so that you can immediately apply security caution to it as soon as possible, because you never can tell. You might be the next target and you will not even know. So this is exactly what happens in the internet space. And that's why I always say the internet is a battlefield and you really need to be armed to fight back. Now you know exactly how hackers can crack your password and how you can stop them. But that is just the beginning, because your online safety and security depends on you staying alert. And hackers are evolving, so you shouldn't be left behind. you should also be evolving as well. Like, you should also be up to date as to new threats and how to stop them. So at this point, let me know in the comments, have you ever had an account that was hacked before? Also, like, subscribe and share to someone you never can tell who might need this video. And also stay tuned for more tips, tricks and hacks on how to stay secured online. So thank you for staying to the end of the video. Once again, this is Cyber Productive, and I'll see you in the next one.